Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie, and in this video I'm going to be showing you every item of physical media that I have bought. This is actually from the month, starting from the month of October and into the first 2 weeks of November. So yeah, if you have been kind of keeping up with my channel, if you watched my last video, you will know that I'm actually kind of in the middle of packing up for a move. So everything has been pretty much all over the place. So I kind of explained that I wouldn't have a whole lot of videos coming out, but that I did really want to get up this video in particular, because even though, as I was saying, I am supposed to be saving for kind of needing to buy things for my new house, I've still been buying a lot of physical media, and you know, just a collector just never stops collecting. And so I have actually a really wide range of titles to show. This could potentially be my biggest haul that I've ever done, just in terms of like quantity. But I also think I got like quite a good selection of titles as well. So I'm very excited to show you kind of what I picked up. So yeah, in this haul I've got a mixture of I've got Blu-rays. I've actually got quite a bit of stuff that I picked up on kind of various sales, whether that be Amazon, HMV, just kind of various places. So quite a nice amount of Blu-rays, some good boutique labels. I've got some Criterion, some Arrow, what else? I've got BFI, and yeah, some Indicator as well. So a really good like mixed selection of titles, and then I have like a lot of DVDs as well that I picked up, both secondhand and yeah, a couple of new ones as well, I think. So yeah, definitely a wide selection. So as with any video, if there's anything that kind of stands out to you from this haul, please let me know, put it in the comments. So yeah, I'm actually just going to get on with it, because like there's quite a lot of stuff here, and it could take me all night to get through them if I don't just crack on. So I'm actually going to start with two items that came through the door today. So yeah, I was on Amazon the other day, and I was having a look at some titles, and I noticed that one of the titles I had in my basket was in Ireland it was 2 for 17 or something like that, but in the UK it was 2 for £15. So I had to take advantage. So I picked myself up two titles, and the title that I kind of had my eye on was this one, Eye of the Needle. So this one with Donald Sutherland and Kate Nelligan, and this is from 1981. It's a British film, and it's directed by Richard Marquand. I don't think I've seen any of his films before. That name doesn't really ring a bell, but yeah, if anyone knows this movie, let me know what you think. I watched a movie with Kate Nelligan last week or the week before, called Without a Trace, and she just blew me away in that film. So I was like, I need to get on and actually watch a couple more of her films. So yeah, this one really stood out to me. And then as well, in the 2 for 15, I picked up this film. Yeah, directed by Paul Schrader. I don't think I've ever heard of this one before, but it's The Comfort of Strangers. So this one also on the BFI label. This one is it says it's from Italy and the UK, from the year 1990, and I thought the cast was pretty good. So it stars Christopher Walken, Rupert Everett, Natasha Richardson, Helen Mirren. Yeah, so yeah, really good cast. Don't know too much about the story, but it was kind of just a blind buy. I find that director very interesting to watch, and yeah, the cast was very enticing as well, so I picked this one up. So yeah, that was the 2 for 15. Then so next, I'm going to get on to just go with me here on this one, but yeah, so I have a tendency to basically kind of go all down all these kinds of rabbit holes. Maybe I've mentioned it on my channel before, but yeah, like if I find a topic that kind of interests me, I need to like see every film ever made about that topic, and pretty much obsess over it for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then until I burn myself out. So the topic of interest for the month of October was Mount Everest. And yeah, look, I know how random that sounds, but yeah, I actually don't know what led me down this kind of garden path of looking into Everest expeditions and kind of watching movies to do with Everest. But yeah, I found myself in a rabbit hole last month, and yeah, I just had to pick up a couple of titles that I guess told some kind of true life stories about Everest, and yeah, just, you know, kind of actually getting to learn a little bit more about the subject, and yeah, just all that kind of thing. So I picked up 4 Everest related movies, and the first one is, of course, it's probably the most famous example of an Everest movie that everyone knows, and it is, of course, The Incredible Everest. Now, before everyone starts screaming at me, I know this is a DVD, and I know that like probably the Blu-ray or the 4K of this is just going to look absolutely sensational. So I swear, when I do get a 4K player, this will probably be one of the first movies I pick up on 4K, because I just know it's going to look absolutely incredible. But it was just one of these movies, I was just had a hankering to watch it, and I just found like a cheap copy, and I picked it up. So for some reason I like fully believed that I had seen this film before, like when it came out, but when I watched it, I just couldn't remember kind of anything that happened, so it was almost like a new watch for me. So yeah, I'm sure everyone knows this film at this point in time. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's just an incredible storytelling, incredible characters, the setting, the cinematography, everything about this is just incredible. And yeah, I just think it's beautifully shot, beautifully directed. Everything about this is just excellent. So yeah, if you haven't seen this one, it's just, I just feel like it's a movie that anyone would enjoy. And yeah, this one tells the story of basically a group that decide to ascend Everest, and unfortunately things go pretty wrong kind of near the end, and it's the story of that and kind of what happens and how they survive or how they don't survive, essentially. So that one is based off a book called Into Thin Air by one of the climbers that went on that expedition. And actually back in, I think this is the early or late 90s actually, they did make a basically a TV movie version of those same events. So that's this one, Into Thin Air. So yeah, if you enjoy that story, this is essentially the same story, but I feel like this one is, I feel like this one is a little bit more kind of focusing on the kind of dramatics and everything of it, and kind of creating more of like a visual feast, whereas this one is a little bit more of the nitty-gritty in terms of what happened and the characters, and it just goes into a little bit more detail. Having said that, this one was not as enjoyable, but I just think if the actual story itself is of interest, it was a decent watch. Then I also picked up this one. Now this is a 2-part mini series that I really enjoyed, and this one kind of similar to the other movies. It's based on like a disaster that takes place on Everest, but this one I think it takes place in like the 80s, and it's another disaster, but it's concerning a Canadian expedition, and it's this one, it's just called Everest as well. So this one, it does star William Shatner and yeah, Jason Priestley, but they're not in it a massive amount, but the cast that are actually in it that carry the film are very good, and yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed it. And then finally for the Everest haul, I picked up this one. This one is from the BFI, and I got this on I got this from CEX, and this one is the Epic of Everest. So I haven't checked this one out yet actually, so this is next on my list. But this one, as you can see, it says it's the official record of Mallory and Irvine's 1924 expedition. So we're kind of going back to basically the first people to attempt to climb Everest. So yeah, very exciting, and of course it's nice to have something like this on a BFI release. So next, moving on to my pile of Blu-rays. So the first two, these are actually also, I think these were also 2 for $15, but these, I actually picked these up on HMV because I couldn't seem to get them on Amazon, so I went direct to HMV. And yeah, these ones really intrigued me. So the movies are it's Andy Warhol's Blood for Dracula, and then also Andy Warhol's Flesh for Frankenstein. So yeah, just the sound of these two really interested me, because they sounded like a kind of a very like eccentric kind of 70s avant-garde telling of like these classic kind of monster stories. And yeah, I just thought they were just going to be a little bit kind of batshit crazy and just a lot of fun. So I picked both of those up, so let me know if you've seen either of those. And then in that same HMV order, I grabbed this film. I didn't really kind of look into it too much before I picked it up. I kind of just picked it up because it said Kevin Kline was in it, and I'm a big fan of his. And the movie in question is this one, Cry Freedom. So yeah, I actually don't really know too much about this one, except that I think it's like an epic film kind of set in apartheid South Africa, and it also stars Denzel Washington, and it's directed by Richard Attenborough. So yeah, look, it could be an interesting one. It's 157 minutes. I feel like this one could be maybe like a good one to watch around kind of Christmas time, when you have a lot of spare time, or something, like maybe like a Sunday afternoon kind of viewing. Yeah, like I think, look, it could be something interesting. So yeah, let me know if you've seen this one, Cry Freedom. So the next pickup was from the Criterion sale, and I got this one from Amazon, and it is The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of the Beatles. I just absolutely love their music, and I pretty much kind of grew up on the Beatles. So it's criminal that I haven't actually seen this yet, but when I saw it reduced on the Criterion label, I just had to pick it up. And yeah, this is just such a fun movie. I watched it yesterday, and I have to say I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, if you're a Beatles fan, you just cannot go wrong with this. They were just so charming back in the day. And just the story itself is just a lot of fun. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one, and I'm so happy to have it in the collection. Then next, these I have to directly blame Stuart George over at Stuart George's Home Movies for these two editions. So Stuart recently did his top, I think it was top 15 spaghetti westerns video, which was a fantastic video. And I've kind of said on the channel before, I'm definitely looking to watch more westerns and kind of expand my knowledge and everything when it comes to westerns. And so when he was talking about a couple of movies, I just said I would just grab them and give them a go for myself. So one of them that he talked about it's from Sergio Corbucci, and it's Django. I know a lot of people have seen this, love this movie, and yeah, it's taken me until now to pick this one up, but yeah, I watched this one last night and absolutely loved it. I just thought it was fantastic, and the music and everything is incredible, and yeah, Franco Nero is just such a badass in this. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I know there's another Corbucci movie that Stuart recommended that I pick up, so I'll put in the name of it if I can go back and find the name of it, but I haven't been able to track that one down yet for like a reasonable price, but definitely one I will keep an eye out for. And the other one mentioned in Stuart's video, this one I actually don't really know too much about, but it was available on Indicator, and it was just a blind buy, so I just decided just to grab it and see how I go. And it's this one with Lee Van Cleef, The Big Gun Down. So yeah, I just like absolutely loved Lee Van Cleef in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, so I just said I would basically take a chance on this one, and yeah, I'm really excited to check this one out. I'm definitely, after watching Django now, I'm still kind of in that spaghetti western kind of mood, so yeah, one I'm going to check out really soon. Then next I have another BFI title, and this one is from one of my all-time favourite directors, Sidney Lumet, and yeah, it's one I don't think I had heard of it, or it definitely hadn't kind of crossed my path before, but I was looking at a list somewhere online of basically like the greatest Jewish movies, or you know, movies with like Jewish themes, and this movie was rated like really highly, and the performance and everything in this was supposed to be just absolutely incredible. So yeah, it was just one I pretty much grabbed straight away after I read that. So the title in question is The Pawnbroker. So this one stars Rod Steiger, and I think I think it says maybe he might have won best actor, or maybe he was just nominated for best actor for this performance. So yeah, I don't really know a massive amount about the story, but I just thought, like, I'm pretty much, you know, open to watching any Sidney Lumet film, and you know, because I know that there's going to be definitely something kind of worthwhile within it. So yeah, The Pawnbroker, let me know if you have seen it. Have you heard of it? Do you have any thoughts? Because it's one I really can't wait to check out. Then finally for the Blu-rays, I picked up 2 horror movies. So the first is one I've been wanting to see actually for ages, and it's a director that I kind of have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, and the movie in question is Scanners from David Cronenberg. So yeah, I'm actually quite hit and miss with David Cronenberg's movies. I think The Brood is probably my favourite of his that I've seen so far. But he's kind of one of these directors that I always find, even in the movies like I'm not as crazy about, I always find there's something interesting about them, and there's something really original about his films. So he's just a director I'm just, you know, always interested to check out his work. And Scanners is one that I just haven't seen yet, so yeah, one I'm really excited to finally be checking out. And the next one is one that's been on my watch list for absolutely ages as well. And it's always been like on the higher end of Arrow's kind of pricing. And in the recent Arrow sale, I think back in the middle of October, somewhere like that, this one was on sale on the website for €5. So I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely grabbing this movie, and it is Blood and Black Lace. And yeah, I just thought for a $5, like, what a good deal. It's one, as I said, I've been wanting to watch for absolutely ages. Mario Bava's not a director I have gotten into as of yet, so I am very interested to kind of explore kind of what he has to offer, and finally get around to checking this one out. So yeah, I just thought, like, what a fantastic deal, and yeah, a movie I just cannot wait to check out. Okay, I was just about to move on to the DVDs, and I found a stray Blu-ray lurking in my DVD pile, and it's also a horror Blu-ray, and this one that I picked up, I was like really excited about this one. Yeah, I know there is a remake of this movie. I kind of wanted to hold off and watch the original. I always kind of prefer watching like the original kind of version of a horror movie before I watch the remake. And yeah, I picked up this one on pre-order actually last month, and it is this one from the 88 Film Slasher Collection, and it's The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Now, for some reason, I just thought, from looking at the cover of it, I just thought that looks so badass. I thought it was going to be like a really kind of edgy kind of 70s horror movie with a lot of interesting kills, and I just thought it'd be just have like a cool kind of like small town feel. Yeah, this was like the weirdest horror film I've like, just like tonally one of the weirdest horror films I've watched in like a long time. I just don't know how to explain it. It just felt like a parody or like some sort of weird spoof. Yeah, I don't know. It was like kind of had like these sort of kind of dark elements, but also kind of weird like slapstick kind of comedy elements, and like a very weird tone throughout. Yeah, just really not the film I thought I was going to be. I would love to know if anyone else has picked this one up during the month. Like, what did you think of it? Is it just me? Did you get anything out of it? I would just love to hear anyone's thoughts that has seen this one. I just thought it was very jarring, and yeah, just like an all-round kind of weird film, and it was just one that when it was over I was just like relieved that it was over. Yeah, I don't know, just a very odd film, and not at all what I was expecting. So yeah, if you have seen this one, if you picked this up during the month, please let me know your thoughts. Okay, so moving on to the DVDs, I'm just going to get my 2 disappointments out of the way first. I have two just very kind of annoying DVDs that I picked up during the month. So the first one, another movie I've wanted to see for ages and ages. It's been in my watch list for so long, and I finally found an affordable copy on eBay. And yeah, so the movie in question is Leviathan. So I wanted to check it out for I just like a good underwater sci-fi, and I just kind of heard some interesting things about this one. And look, the movie is there, whatever, I can watch it, but the quality of this DVD is so abysmal. Like, it's like, especially when you're watching it on a bigger screen, it's the movie is in like a little square in the middle of the screen. I've kind of zoomed it in, but it just makes everything very kind of pixelated and very blurry. So yeah, I don't know, is there a better edition of this anywhere that I can find? I just can't justify watching a film in such like bad quality. And I'm like the biggest advocate of DVDs, but like this quality was just so terrible that I just couldn't even enjoy it. I couldn't get into it. So yeah, let me know, is there a better edition anywhere, or like an import or something that I can pick up, because I do really want to see this movie. So then, yeah, I had another disappointment. So this one, another film that has been on my watch list for so long, and I thought I was just being great, like just taking off all these kind of watch list movies that I had been picking up. And this movie is it stars Nicolas Cage, Dennis Hopper and Lara Flynn Boyle, and it is Red Rock West. So this like movie is just impossible to get for some reason. So I found this copy on, I think it was on eBay as well. It is a French import, but it does say that it actually does have English language kind of on it. But yeah, I put it in my player and I just cannot get the English track on it. It just says there's no options to change the language, so like I'm just stuck with it in French. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just stuck with this French edition. So if anyone speaks French and is interested in this movie, just let me know. But again, if you know of a better version of this movie that I can pick up somewhere, definitely let me know down below. So next for the DVDs, this is another one. I know I keep repeating myself, but this is another one I've been wanting to see for ages, and it's been on my watch list. And this one I did pick up on eBay, and it was a perfect copy. So absolutely delighted with this edition. And the film in question is Neil Simon's The Goodbye Girl, and this movie was just everything that I wanted it to be, and I hoped it was going to be. And yeah, just an incredible love story, an incredible 70s movie, fantastic performances, incredible comedy. Yeah, just an all-round fantastic movie. So if anyone's into their Neil Simon and that kind of comedy that's almost set up like it's in a play kind of format, stuff like I think The Odd Couple, Barefoot in the Park is another incredible one that he has. Yeah, just that kind of comedy. I just thought this was just absolutely fantastic, and definitely one I'm gonna just watch over and over again. Then next, surprise, another watchlist movie. This one directed by Robert Benton, and it's from the year, I think, 1984 or 1983. And this one won Sally Field Best Actress Award. And it is this one, Places in the Heart. So this movie, it was set in the 1930s in the South, and it centres around the Sally Field character who has just lost her husband, and she basically has to kind of learn to survive on her own and learn to make a living, and you know, kind of try and make the repayments on her property, and you know, kind of all the while coming up against all of the kind of prejudices that you know, that you would expect during that time. It's like pretty much one of the most predictable films I've ever watched. Very kind of cliche formulaic drama. Pretty like I'm sounding like I'm slagging it off. It was actually an okay film, but it was just very vanilla and very kind of predictable in my book. So yeah, I don't know, like definitely a good performance from Sally Field. You just can't deny that she is an excellent actress, but I don't know, I just kind of found the movie a little bit just, yeah, just like I said, a little bit vanilla, a little bit just uninteresting, and kind of didn't really kind of do much for me. I kind of feel like I had the exact same feeling when I watched Driving Miss Daisy. Like I found like it was a very confident movie, but just I don't know, just I just kind of missed maybe a bit of edge or something about it. I really don't know, but yeah, this was okay, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's something I would rewatch in a hurry. So a movie I really would rewatch 100%. This one also set in the South, but just had like, oh, just the approach of this movie just was absolutely fantastic. And this one is directed by Costa Gavras, and it's this one, Betrayed. So this one with Deborah Winger and Tom Berenger. So this one very briefly is about the character played by Deborah Winger, who is an FBI agent who goes undercover in essentially a like a white supremacist kind of group. Yeah, this was just so good, because it is just not as black and white as you think it's going to be, and it's so nuanced and so complicated, and yeah, just what a piece of storytelling, just absolutely fantastic. I know you can get this one on the HMV Premium collection. I did try and get it before, but it went out of stock. So I just grabbed this DVD copy, but I would highly recommend checking out this movie if you're into your political films, and yeah, especially kind of ones set in the South with that kind of I guess like that racism kind of subject matter. That's obviously a very difficult subject matter to deal with. I feel like this handles it really, really well, and in a very interesting, and as I said, a very nuanced way. So yeah, absolutely love this one, Betrayed. Then continuing on with the DVDs, I grabbed this one, Boys Don't Cry. I feel like Sammy G from Sammy G's World of Cinema might be a big fan of this one. I feel like he's said a lot of good things about this film before. Yeah, this was an interesting film. Definitely a good watch. Some fantastic performances, and I've kind of said before, I do love like a good small town kind of story. So yeah, this was a very, very interesting watch. So yeah, good performances from Hilary Swank, Chloe Savini, Peter Sarsgaard. Yeah, it's just some really, really good, some good storytelling and performances in this one. So then one I've yet to watch, I grabbed the original Cape Fear. Yeah, I've seen the Scorsese one, and I think it's very, very good. So I've heard some absolutely incredible things about the original one. And yeah, I'm definitely interested to watch more Robert Mitchum as well. So this one will be yeah, this one is highly anticipated. I grabbed another Nicholas Roeg film. I've kind of been collecting his films over the last few months, and this one I have yet to see. This one is called Insignificance, and it stars Gary Busey, Tony Curtis, the absolutely beautiful Teresa Russell, and Michael Emile. And I'm sure, like this one, like any of Nicholas Roeg's movies, I'd say this is just going to be absolutely bonkers. Then from CEX, I picked up a kids movie I've never seen. At least I think it's a kids movie, and just one with like a fantastic cast, and one of my favorite actors, Robert Duvall, and it's this one, Secondhand Lions. So with Duvall, Michael Caine, and Haley Joel Osment. I don't know a massive amount about this movie, but I've seen it come up a lot, and I've just heard some fantastic things. So I just cannot wait to check this one out. So then a couple of weeks ago, I was struck down with a dose, just like a bad head cold and like a sinus infection. So just when I was in that mood, I just wanted to watch like a stupid comedy or like some kind of comfort movie, and I ended up watching the original In-Betweeners movie, which I really, really enjoy. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I've just always really enjoyed the In-Betweener series and the movie, and I noticed that I didn't own the second film, so I did end up picking up the second film, and I rewatched this one the other day, and yeah, I think I might actually prefer this movie to the first one. For some reason, this movie just makes me laugh out loud. It's just so ridiculous and stupid and just entertaining, and yeah, I just love the In-Betweeners, so I had to add this to my collection when I realized I didn't already have it. Then this is my last online DVD pickup. This one now, if you want a laugh, if you just want to throw on a horror movie and just absolutely piss your pants laughing, this is the movie to watch. So this is a really a really kind of like lesser known horror movie. I hesitate to call this a horror movie. The movie, it's called oh god, I just nearly hit myself with it. It's called the Wisher. And this, like, I don't think I've actually ever laughed as hard as a horror movie in my entire life. So essentially, like, the actual plot itself has gotten so blurry, but I think it's about the girl, the main character in the film, who is already kind of going through some psychological problems, and she's in therapy and everything like that. When she goes to see this film called The Wisher in the cinema, and essentially, like, the killer in the movie kind of starts haunting her and stalking her. And like, this character, like, you can probably see a little bit of him from the cover. Like, he is like the silliest looking villain. It's this guy here. And yeah, like, the film, like, it's actually pretty bad all the way through, but then the climax just makes it so worth it. Because it's kind of like the moment where, you know, you kind of see the shadows and everything the whole way through, and, you know, you kind of learn about the villain, and that kind of stokes up the fear throughout the movie. But then at the end of this, when you actually get the reveal of who the Wisher character is, like, it is just the funniest shit ever. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you're watching like a horror movie with your friends, if you just want to laugh at a bad horror movie, definitely stick this one on. It's absolutely terrible, but there is no way I'm ever getting rid of this movie because it's just so funny. So yeah, The Wisher. I don't know why I picked this up. I don't know what the thought process was, but I'm really happy I did. So then finally, because again, I don't want to keep talking too much, but these the next pile of DVDs, these are all ones from charity shops. So I'm just gonna briefly fly through all these. So I picked up this this drama from 2014, A Most Violent Year. Yeah, this is okay. Nothing to write home about. I picked up a movie I hadn't seen actually since the cinema. It's I think this could be 2014 or 2015 as well. It's this one called Las Vegas, and yeah, this one is a lot of fun. I picked up a better version of the movie Silkwood. So I do own the movie Silkwood, but I only have it on a kind of like one of those DVDs you get from the newspaper. So it's nice to finally have a proper DVD copy of this movie, because I just absolutely love this movie. Another film I haven't seen since the cinema, I think this one came out in 2016 or 2017, and it is Renee Zellweger in Judy. So yeah, definitely do a rewatch of this one. A movie I definitely have not seen in a really long time, probably since I was about 7. I picked up a copy of Space Jam because, yeah, like, I just feel like it's one I'm going to be in the mood to rewatch at some point. This one, a fantastic golf movie. If you're into your golf, or actually even if you're not into golf, I think you will enjoy this movie. It's The Phantom of the Open. Fantastic British golfing movie. One I picked up for my husband because he's mad into fantasy and dragons and all that kind of jazz. It's this Disney film, Dragon Slayer. So this one I think is from, I think this could be from the 80s or 90s. Probably the 80s, I think. And it stars Peter McNichol. And then finally, I picked up a series. Well, this is season 1. And I picked it up because my granddad used to watch this TV show all the time, and I never got into it. But when I just saw it in the charity shop, I just picked it up, and yeah, I'm hopefully gonna start watching it at some point. And it is The Last of the Summer Wine. So yeah, a classic British sitcom. So yeah, that is my my big physical media haul from October and the first couple of weeks of November. So yeah, whew, that took a while to get through. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff to go through there. So if you're still kind of watching the video, thanks so much for sticking with me on it. So yeah, as I said, not sure what the frequency of the videos are going to be like kind of from now on until, you know, for the next few weeks. But look, if I can get a video up here or there, I will, but I didn't want to kind of promise anything and then not deliver. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on any of these titles, definitely please let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I always love reading the comments, as always. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and especially all of the lovely comments I got on my last video as well. Thank you so much for your support and your kind comments. So yeah, as I said, thank you so much for watching the video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.